If you ever loved God but felt scared to say something about my faith feels off, then this Married Life Podcast episode is for you. Welcome back to another episode of the Married Life Podcast. This is episode 9, right?
9.
Episode 9. I'm one of your hosts, FL, your life coach. This my boo thing. What's your name, babe?
Chandra.
Oh, look, she said it normal this time. She said it normal. And listen, good people, this is episode 9 of the Married Life Podcast. We got a good one for you. You see me with my notes. Listen, this episode here, listen, this ain't about debating theology. I wrote down in my notes. I want you to hear this. This ain't about us debating theology. This ain't about us trying to change your belief system. Nah. That ain't what we trying to do. We ain't trying to convince you of anything. Ain't that right, babe? No, we're here to tell you our soul truth, our story, how we grew up, how we love God, and how life made us deconstruct that faith. So yeah, we about to get into that story right now. You ready? You ready to tell our soul truth?
Let's do it.
You ready to tell our story?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So listen, good people, man, we just gonna jump right into this thing. So the first 7 years of our life, y'all hear me talk about this all the time, right? The first 7 years of life, subconscious programming, fundamental belief systems. So how I grew up, I'm gonna talk about how I grew up, how we just grew up in the church, in religion.
Right.
My mom was a minister.
My mom was a minister.
Ooh, so we thought, we met in college. That was like a big deal.
This is God.
What you say?
This is God. Heaven sent.
She a comedian, man. So, my mom was a minister. Her mom was a minister. We started out being co-pastors at Transform for a Miracle Ministry with my mom. Started off on the radio. We used to travel a lot, speaking and stuff. Right. So,
we had so much in common to begin with, and then it just grew from there.
Yeah. Oh man, it grew big time. Like I said, with her mom being in ministry, my mom being in ministry, and then from the same denomination.
Oh yeah,
that was a
huge.
Big. Yeah. That was huge.
Now let me ask this: how come Christianity has so many denominations?
Speak up. Turn your mic up so I can hear you. Say it again.
Why does Christianity have so many denominations?
Listen, that's a whole nother video, right? But yeah, so
it goes along with what we.
Oh yeah, it goes along with deconstruction our faith. It goes along with us questioning our faith.
Right.
But just on the backdrop on how we grew up, we was in. Well, I would say Christianity was embedded into us.
Oh,
when you say talk a little bit about how you grew up and like what you saw growing up in those first 7 years, or growing up, period.
Well, definitely, from one side of the family, my mom was a minister, so we had a church home per se, but my mom also went around to a lot of different places. So we were traveling, not out of the state per se, but little cities close to us. We would go all the time so she could minister there.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was younger, I remember, gosh, getting home late, having to get up and go to school. And then, on every weekend, every Sunday, every Wednesday.
So you went through the whole gauntlet, huh? We went. Man, that was me too. I remember living in church. Like you said, Sunday we was in church all day. You got the service in the morning, you got the service at night. Right. They fed us. Shout out to GF Greater First Deliverance too. That's what the church I grew up in. Shout out to the little family and all the GFGT family, baby. It all ain't bad. That ain't what I'm saying,
right.
So shout out. But yeah, it was Sunday service in the morning. And then, we stayed, they had the Sunday dinner. And then we was already there. So then Sunday night service. And then Monday they had open gym for the ladies. That was kind of cool. It was like an open gym night, I think.
Oh, really?
Tuesday we was back at it. Wednesday Bible study. Thursday was the men's basketball group.
Really?
Friday we back at it. Saturday you might have a day off, but it was choir practice and all that other stuff. And then Sunday you right back in it. The thing about it, though, my mom was probably considered a little bit of a rebel, even me growing up. So we didn't go every day. So that was the good thing about how we grew up. We didn't go every day. But Sundays, probably Wednesdays and Sundays was definitely, especially Sunday. We was there all day long, right? All day long.
I don't think we were there all day Sunday. I think we left and, of course, went to eat Sunday dinner. And then went back that night.
Yeah, see, See, for us, it was all day on Sunday, man. And so growing up in it, when you get to a point to where you start to kind of question and start having some different thought processes about it, or people bringing you different truth, you kind of be like, because you're taught that never to accept anything outside of the Bible or outside church, right?
Man,
When you say that's kind of
Yeah.
how we was taught.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
You
So
just can't be believing people that don't believe like you.
You see, so look, in this first section, because it's about 6 parts we want to get to. So for the soul truth for this first section, I wrote down, church didn't just shape what we believe, it shaped who we thought we were.
Definitely.
I'm going to say that again. Church didn't just shape what we believe, it shaped who we thought we were. Go check out that the Married Life podcast episode. It might have been 5, religious programming.
Yeah, I
when we talked a little bit about this deconstruct, about how we was performing marriage, right? Through the religious programming. Because like we just said in this Soul Truth, it didn't just change what we believed, it changed how we thought, who we thought we were.
Right.
So it was almost like a performance to a point.
We were married. We
we
loved each other.
But I'm not talking about the performance of the marriage. I'm talking about
you were saying we were performing marriage. So kind of explain what you mean
performing
by that.
it in a sense of, we didn't let our soul breathe. We felt like it had to look a certain way, had to be a certain way.
We were Christians, and we better live up to that.
Yeah, so like we didn't let our soul truth come out, our soul breathe. So when I say performing, I don't mean like we was tap dancing, like da 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 da. I just mean like we wasn't our truest version of ourselves,
right?
Because we felt like we had to do it a certain way, or had to look a certain way,
we had to act a certain way. We couldn't let anything other than what we felt like the Bible said be part of our life.
And watch this. Even when we might have read something or heard something, but it didn't sit right with our soul, we still went with what we heard and knew instead of trusting our own soul. You see what I'm saying?
Your gut is going to tell you something.
Yeah. Your soul truth. That's why I say most of us live our life and our soul is like this. It's trying to talk to it. And we can't hear it because all the bullshit, good people. And I say bullshit because the stuff that's been piled on top of us since the day we was born, the indoctrination. Because listen, I want you to catch this before we move on to part 2. Listen, a belief is nothing more than what you accept as true. That's all it is. It don't have. That's all a belief is.
If you believe it's true.
If you believe it's true, then it's true. It don't have to be true for everybody else.
It's true for you
because you accepted that. Your nervous system felt safe enough to accept that as a truth. So you think it is. So part 2, man, we just like I said, we was all in. So part 2, now we took part 2. Little bit of backdrop, how we grew up. We thought that was God sent our marriage because our moms was in the ministry. So part 2, we just jumped all in. Married in our early 20s. We got heavily involved in ministry right out the back.
Right from the beginning.
Like I said, we started co-pastoring with my mom right out the gate, right?
Right.
So we was doing that. Then the radio came.
Radio with your mom.
With my mom. We was traveling around. What else? Conferences.
Oh man.
Talk a little bit about that. I'm gonna let you talk about a little bit about the conferences, how we used to go to all
we went to a lot of church conferences.
Faithfully sowing a lot of seeds.
Yeah,
faithfully, man. What few women are lose Mega Fest,
right? Yes.
Do any conference, major church conference, we was there, dude.
Right.
Love offerings. I mean, I can't talk about how many times we gave sacrificial love offerings, $1,500, $2,000. I mean, I can't even add up the times, how many times we paid tithes for years and years, at least.
Yeah. At the least 15.
Yeah, 15.
At the least.
What? 15 what?
Years.
Y'all, yeah. Oh, yeah, 15 years. But at the very least, our tithes was at least what? $700-$800.
probably somewhere
Just
like that.
just
Yeah.
on average, and then not count all the
All
love.
the extra.
Me and wifey talk about this a lot. Remember when we talked about, like, if we added up all the money that we put into the church? I'm just being real. This ain't
Right.
here to bash nobody's beliefs. Y'all can do what y'all want to
Right.
believe.
This
We
is
just
us.
telling y'all our soul truth. All the money that we invested in the church, tithes, offering, love offering, special
Man.
ministry offering, special. Sometimes they take up 3 or 4 offerings, and we'll
Right.
put a couple of $100 in each one of them.
Yeah.
Now just think about putting that into the stock market. Think about putting that into the
Woo.
S&P 500.
Right.
That's all I'm saying, good people. You know, look, prosperity prophecies. Remember,
people used to prophesy to us all
all
the
the time.
time.
And that's before we understood what prophecy really
Right.
was, right? So all of this is happening, right? All of this is happening as we grow, and we're young when this is
Oh
happening.
yeah, we're in our early 20s.
Early
Yeah.
20s, like I said, I mean, life is going along. I mean, we're building homes, building businesses,
Right.
right? Remember the prophecy when the guy told us we was gonna be millionaires this time next year?
Yes.
So what did we do?
Went out and spent some money because we didn't have to worry about it because we were about to be millionaires.
How much money though? You remember what we did, man? We like that was like
Oh.
right around Christmas, and we got dude. We maxed out our credit cards. Listen, watch this, good people. I want you to really hear this. No, go ahead.
Well, I mean, I was just gonna say, not every denomination of Christianity preaches like this.
Yeah, true that. We talking about Pentecostal.
We're talking
how
about
we
Pentecostal.
Grew up.
We're talking about people that believed in prophecies and think they could see your future, but you couldn't see it. I mean, it was just crazy what we would do based off of a prophecy.
No, that's true. So what the one she talking about, the one we talking about. So yeah, they prophesied to us this time next year. We didn't understand it. So what we did, we was young. We was getting our credit established.
Right.
Credit cards was coming in at the wazoo, all that stuff. So we said, oh, we just go out. Let's buy everybody in the family a gift. I ain't talking about just like mom, dad, and sisters.
Cousins.
We cousins,
uncles, second cousin, third cousin.
We must have spent, I don't know. This is back in the day, a few $1,000.
Yeah.
But it's all on credit card. Then this time next year, we're
right.
gonna be millionaires.
Then what tell them what happened that time next year.
You see how we got silent, right? You see how we got silent, right? That time next year, nothing happened, right?
And then what happened after that? We thought, what is wrong with us?
That's it.
What did we do? We did something wrong and stopped it from happening.
That is so. What she's saying is so true. That's how we interpret prophecy because we didn't understand it then.
Right.
So every time we would get a prophecy, people will always prophesy to us about money, about businesses, about us supposed to be having our own church, about how powerful our ministry was going to be for couples. So we got that stuff all the time. And we took them at face value because we didn't understand it. Yeah. Right. So like she said, every year, never happened. So then we start questioning us, right? I just put out a live on my hatch and I kind of talk about that. How like I didn't lose my faith. I lost the confidence in my faith, right? Like I start questioning like the confidence of my faith. Like the faith was still there. And that's kind of like what it was like, what's wrong with us?
Right.
How come every time somebody would prophesied to us, it never happened. So that made us feel like it was something wrong with us.
Something we were doing.
Because like I said, good people, we was deep in it. I mean, like, as they say, knee deep in it.
Right.
Right? Like, for real. So, like, everything we did, we based it off the scripture, the text. We really tried to live that life. Us quitting our jobs. Y'all hear us talk about that? I'm going to tell that story again. When we quit our jobs, right? That was a faith-based move. I said.
And we thought God was telling us to do it.
We thought God was telling us to do it. The bill collector, bills start piling up. Like I told you, the bill collector said something to me that changed the way I start thinking about it too. Because he was right? I'm telling them the story about God called us all that stuff. I ain't ducking no smoke because God, how they say it, because God.
He'll take care of it.
Because God said it, and I ain't taking it back. So yeah, he called. I'm like, yeah, this, that. God told me to quit. He listened to the whole story, good people. The whole story. And then when that man told me, well, sir, we didn't loan God the money. Man, you should have. Man, it was like, I wanted to come through the phone, first of all. Wifey, no, because she looked at my face, was like, because she looked at me when I was talking. She was like, what did he say? I was like, babe, but it was the truth.
Mhm.
It was just the way he said it.
Right.
It resonated with me because it resonated with my soul, good people. Because he wasn't lying. He didn't loan God the money. He loaned us the money. And we wasn't good stewards over that. That had nothing to do with God. That had nothing to do with God, prophecy, none of that.
Right.
It had everything to do with us not understanding how to handle money.
Right.
That's all that handled. It wasn't the devil. It was us.
Wasn't the devil.
Yeah. So we talked about that. So look, a key soul truth I'll put down before we go to section 3. I'll put down, we learned how to commit fully during that time of religion, even though we later had to release what no longer served us. So like I said, that time wasn't all bad. It did teach us some things. Like I always tell you, you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? It did teach us some things. It taught us how to fully commit. It taught us some disciplines, right? Because we still showed up every single day doing that. But it taught us also we had to learn how to deconstruct,
right?
Because life has started to teach us like,
some things are not adding up.
Some of this stuff ain't adding up, especially when we moved to Dallas. I'll talk about that in my Hatch series as well.
Yeah.
But when we moved to Dallas really started to open up our eyes to a lot of things.
Definitely an eye opener.
And that's what bring me back to the point. That's what I wrote down here. Dallas exposure. Yeah. For me, Dallas exposed me to the real behind the scenes on how some things will come across on the pulpit, but then in private conversations, these prominent leaders will have information that they just wouldn't reveal over the pulpit.
Right.
And I used to come home and tell wifey, like, do you know what such and such said in that private meeting we had? Like, why they ain't saying that over the pulpit? Like, people need to hear that. Right. So talk about a little bit about that, how I was starting to come out, starting in Dallas, even though we were still heavily in it. Life Choice Radio, I was doing radio. I mean, we was in ministry still. I mean, we was heavily involved. Marriage ministry down there in Dallas. And man, I was just, so talk about a little bit how, as I started to kind of.
Well, for me personally, like growing up, I never really understood the Bible per se, if that makes sense. Like it was a lot of, how do I word this? So if I would read something and it's back whatever year, whatever it's in, and I'm like, how does that relate to today? I don't get it. And he would always try to make it relatable for me to understand. And I never could grasp the concept of how what happened way back then had anything to do with what's going on now, our life right now. And so it was really hard for me, because on the one hand I had those thoughts, but on the other hand I was so scared of going to hell. That's basically where my religion came from. Like, I'm scared to go to hell. I better do
fear-based.
Fear, totally fear-based. And then when he started questioning things, I'm like, even though I have questions, I'm like, wait a second now, because I ain't trying to go to hell. Cause
that's how it was, too, good people. She ain't lying.
And then, of course, how we would look at other people that aren't in Christianity, and like how we would be so judgmental. So I understand we're going to get some people that probably don't understand where we come from.
Oh, yeah. But listen, that's the beauty about it. It's our soul truth. You can disagree with this. You can agree with it. Like I said in the beginning, we ain't here to debate theology. We ain't here to debate your beliefs. Right. We just here to tell you our soul truth. This is our story, our soul truth. We didn't took the tape off of our soul truth mouth.
We are what people called woke.
Yeah, woke, or church language might call us backsliders.
Oh yeah,
and tell us to come on home.
Oh yeah,
but guess what? Look at this face. I can give a rat's ass, good people, and I know she don't care. So look, we just here to tell our soul truth to help you, man, because I know it's couples out there and people out there that's struggling with their faith but are afraid to say something because you was raised in it like we were. Right. So you think you a bad person now because you questioning your faith, or you think you going to hell like wifey said because you come into the realization that this stuff just doesn't fit you no more. Right. It's crumbling. So Dallas was where I got first exposed to consciousness. I wrote that down here. Remember, I got my first consciousness book. That's what white. And so let me touch on a little bit about that, because this is what I figured out for the soul truth for me. When I got my first consciousness book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind, shout out to my man James, baby, gave me my first book in Dallas. It scared the living bejesus out of me, good people, the hell out of me, right? Literally, because when I was reading about the consciousness in the beginning, it sounded just like the book, literally.
Mhm.
So this is what I had to decipher. It was the same truth. It was just a different language. Ooh, consciousness, nervous system, right? That's real salvation, good people. Learning how to untangle your soul from the first 7 years, learning how to calm your nervous system down in real time, learning how to take your body out of fight or flight. This is what neuroscience is all through the text. And that's what I had to realize, that neuroscience and the scripture, they go hand in hand.
Mhm.
But in the beginning, it was very, very scary. I mean, my wife was the only person that really knew what I was going through. Maybe my mom at the time, but it was just scary because the whole foundation that we had built our whole life on was basically cracking and crumbling underneath us. It's like standing on a solid sheet of ice and then you start hearing it crack. You're like, hold on. And you're trying to get across stuff. You're like, hold on, they don't move yet.
Right.
So that was the whole thing. So as we go into part 4, I wrote down for the soul truth, we weren't broken, right? We were just becoming more aware. Because once you see something, you can never not see it again. So Dallas was really exposure for us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And we were, I mean, in all honesty, we were willing to explore other things besides what we had been taught our whole life.
That's it. No matter how scary it was.
We tell our children all the time, just because we've said it or you've heard it from somewhere, question it. Do your own research.
Yes.
Don't believe it just because someone told it to you.
That's it.
And we were always just believing what we've been taught.
Well, we've been taught, not really digging deep into it, especially when it came down to faith. Because we was always taught never question God, even though I did, even though that's true. But I didn't do it to a point to where it will make me question my faith. It was like small questions. Mm-hmm. These are bigger questions, right? So, but once we got exposed to that, once we saw what we saw in Dallas, we could never unsee that again.
I'll never forget, I don't know. I mean, there's just so much business side to Christianity and church. And when we were in one of the conferences and they told, they were talking about your music ministry and how important that music ministry is, why the music ministry is important. So you can hit people when they're feeling it the most.
Emotional.
More money based off their emotions.
No, real talk. One of those conferences we went to behind the scenes, they was really teaching people how to play certain notes, how to hit emotional, pull on people emotional.
The type of music you should play, and at what point in the service you need to play it to pull on those heartstrings. And then you could start asking for offerings.
Yeah. And when we heard that the first time, when you hear something, you kind of just like, I guess that's okay, but it never set with my soul though. Mm-hmm. It never. I'm like, why would you have to manipulate people like that to give if God is really pulling people's heart to give? Right. Why the churches always gotta quote unquote beg for money if God really told you to start this ministry? Like, why? If I told my son, if we told our kids to go do something that we told them to do, then we're gonna provide that provision. Right. They're not going to have to beg for the provision. Right. So, a lot of stuff started to, not make sense. So, part 4, man, we just wanted to get into kind of what we believe now, kind of how we had to deconstruct all of that and kind of brought us to the point of now consciousness, what we teach to our boys, neuroscience, nervous system, right? Subconscious programming. Right. And y'all know me, I still love the book. Y'all hear the book in me. That's just in me. Because I didn't study the book for over 20 plus years, Hebrew, Greek, but I know what I mean when I say God. See, that's the thing. I tell people God, universe, source, energy. For me, I'm saying all the same thing. Because watch this. And I tell wifey this all the time. If you ask a theologian to explain God and a neuroscience to explain God, they're going to give you the same definition, people. Same truth, different language. A theologian gonna say, can't be created, can't be destroyed, always was, always will be, flows in you, through you, around you, omnipresent, everywhere at all at the same time. You ask the neuroscience to explain energy, he's gonna say, can't be created, can't be destroyed, always was, always will be. Same definition, different language. So listen, can you take your not spiritual, can you take your religious goggles off long enough to hear truth, even though it's in a different language? My man C.S. Lewis said it like this. I love C.S. Lewis, right? He said, truth as it ripens becomes different, not just from bad or evil, but from other truth. Let that sink in. It's different versions to this thing. It's different levels. So that's kind of like what we believe now. Like what
he does still say God, but again, what he just said is, he doesn't mean it in the religious sense as far as biblically. I choose not to say God. That's just me. To me, universe is more of a universal.
That more fits your soul,
if it's
fits your
me,
language.
Who I am and where I am right now and what I believe.
Yeah. So and in a marriage, we still agree. Right. It's not like we have different faith, right? She just calls it differently, like right. And one of C.S. Lewis books, I'm going back to see. That's my God. Remember the last one, the Lion Witch to the wardrobe. Yeah, I think part 3. Real quick to go back what she said. Aslan was in a different form. So as they was parting away, as they was leaving, the girl says to Aslan, how would I know you in my own country? How would I know how to find you? He said, I'm there, but I just be in a different form under a different name. So it's we fight about the minor, right? Like most people fight about all this stuff, and I'm like, we talking about the same thing, good people, right? And that's what we had to realize. Different language, same truth. She had to go deconstruct the faith that made sense with the language, but we still want the same thing. We still believe in a higher power.
We're still good people.
We
still don't commit crimes. So many times, like in religion, we just felt like the people that wasn't Christians were such bad people. Like they couldn't have the knowledge to be like, oh, I'm gonna go commit a crime now because I don't believe it. No, that's so
I'm just gonna be crazy. Like we always thought early in the church, like if you wasn't saved, then what was gonna stop you from just wilding out? Right. What was gonna stop you from cheating on your spouse? Right. Want me to tell you what's gonna stop you? By digging up those subconscious programming, by learning your nervous system, by understanding neuroscience pathways, developing new pathways in the brain, by transforming. That's what's gonna stop you. Right. Yeah. So listen, this is part 2, right? We just kind of wanted to hit on that, man, and we can make 3, 4, 5 series, but this is kind of how we had to deconstruct. Right? We're into consciousness now, right? Conscious parenting.
Being aware of
everything. Conscious faith, conscious belief, right? If the belief or faith doesn't fit us, we just don't stand on it no more. Right. It might fit you, right? But we did this video to give you permission to be free. That's all. Be free. You can deconstruct your faith however you want to. Right? You can comment below. We want to hear your comments below. What you think about this video? What part of this video resonated with you? Comment below or email us the Married Life 23. Married Life 23 at gmail.com.
The Married Life, THA.
THA, Married Life 23 at gmail.com. And so, man, this is episode 9.
Right.
What you about to say? What you about to say?
This is just something you could go on for. Well, we could go on for days talking about
this, good people. But we just wanted to make this video to give you permission to let your soul truth speak. Let your soul breathe. Untangle it from the bullshit. I'm telling you what we know. I'm going to end with this soul truth right here, because this is what I put at the end of part 4. Our marriage got stronger when our faith stopped being rigid and we really embodied consciousness.
Right.
I'm going to say that again. Our marriage got stronger when our faith stopped being rigid, right? And then we really started to embody consciousness, right?
Right.
That's why you always hear me say neuroscience in the scripture, right? I love the book. It's a lot of principles in the book. I built my whole life around the book, the principles of the book, right? The heaven and hell and all that other stuff. Yeah, whatever. But it's really neuroscience because you got to get in here. You can love the book and go to church all day long, good people. Ain't there? But we say that all. If you don't never get in here, you still money struggle, identity struggle, relationship struggle, and you love Jesus.
I'll just say, like, one of the things that's like eye-opening is, for me, seeing people that believed God was going to heal them, believed God was going to do something, and they've believed this 80 years of their life.
80 years, yeah.
And nothing happened.
And
they are great people.
Yes.
They haven't done anything wrong. They're strong in their faith. But what they've been asking for all of these years and believing that God was going to do for them didn't happen.
And let me tell you a little bit why before we get up out of here. They didn't have the container for it, the nervous system. It ain't got nothing to do with praying. It ain't got nothing to do with faith and believing. It ain't got nothing to do with that. Their nervous system doesn't feel safe enough to receive what they was praying and believing, asking God for. It's a nervous system thing. Right. I'm telling y'all what we know. But wifey, right, some of that stuff started to like, how come they been, and they good people, and they been in the church their whole life, and they still struggling with the same thing
their whole life.
Yeah, man. So listen, that's it. Married Life Podcast. Look, we can talk about this all day.
I can keep going.
See our wifey get talk.
Hey, listen.
Next week, join us. Same bad time, same bad channel. Yeah. Any final thoughts? Drop your comments below. We want to hear from you. Right? We want to hear about your soul truth, about deconstructing your faith, right? And we will get to your questions. If you email us, we will make a video answering your questions. I promise you we will get to them. Anything else you want to say? So listen, good people, man. Like I said in the beginning, this video wasn't about challenging or trying to convince you to believe what we believe. This video was just about telling our soul truth. Right. Two people, two stories who love God, but then how life made us deconstruct our faith to the point to where it is now. So listen, join us next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. It's the Married Life Podcast, baby. You done? I'm done. We out? Look, we out. No matter what you do, you already know what to do. Dare to be you. That's right. We out, baby.